Can you hear me?
What up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Congratulations. I see you're still a little bruised up, but great job.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, hey, I don't know what happened. It was weird. It showed your email go through. I was on another meeting, and then it wasn't in my email. The second one came right through, though, so.
Yeah, Zoom's weird. Sometimes I get problems with it, too. During your fight, how'd you feel when it was, like, temporarily stopped? Can you explain that rule?
Yeah, so, you know, the rule is for bare knuckle, they will not stop the clinch as long as there's not longer than a 3-second lull in action. So if you're controlling their head with the tie clinch. Now, if you've got them in a headlock, they're supposed to stop it. So I had talked to the ref previously. I like to fight in the clinch. I specifically told him, hey, man, you know, my last fight, they were breaking it early. You know, these are the rules, right? He said, yep, that's the rule. I won't break it. So as soon as we got to the clinch, I went kind of buck fucking wild, like trying to land shots. You know what I mean? Like, and then all of a sudden the ref was trying to break it. And really, it happened really quick. I don't know. Maybe it was 0.2 of a second. He said break. One more shot landed. And then I stopped. Henry said, I think initially he thought he got poked in the eye, which is 100% understandable because I literally felt my knuckle go inside his eye socket. And I saw immediately afterward his eye was fucked up when he came up. So it probably felt like an eye poke. It wasn't an eye poke. Was it after, you know, the ref had called? Not really. It was kind of like right when he made the call. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Henry's a classy dude. He went out and said, hey, look, it's protect yourself at all times. I should know that, you know. That one shot got through. It is what it is. I'm not the kind of guy that tries to land after the bell, but I am the kind of guy that's real fucking pumped up when he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? So it's a fine line there. I'm really grateful that Henry got up and continued, you know.
Oh yeah.
And so that punch wasn't the finish of the fight. That would have been a bummer way to end a career. So, you know, that he got up and he landed some good shots and we slugged it out at the end. It was perfect.
Do you think this will affect you as a ref next time, since you're, you know, what it's like to be in that situation as a fighter?
Do I think it will affect me as a ref?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't think so. I'm not gonna get into body placement and whatnot. How a ref should properly break a fight. You know, I don't want to say anything about that. No, fuck it. I will. Look, you got to get in between those dudes, man. You know what I mean? They're fighting. They're fighting. You can't blame, as a referee, you can't blame the fighter. Unless it is blatantly they're trying to cheat. If somebody gets hit, it's because you need to separate properly. You know, you gotta put yourself in harm's way if you're trying to break that fight up. That's part of being a referee. I would have to rewatch the tape. Honestly, I rewatched the fight once or twice, you know, and it happened so fast in reality that I can assure you that I wasn't trying to hit him after the bell. I was trying to win a fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's something that always needs to be taken into consideration when you're when you're officiating a fight. These dudes are pumped up, man. You got two big dudes. They're pumped up. They're going. You know, so ultimately, you know, that kind of thing does happen. I've had it when I'm reffing. I've had it happen. I think he made the right call, definitely, by giving him the injury timeout, even though it was a legal call. because it was questionable on the timing of the shot and the break. He needed to give him that injury timeout, and I thought that was fair. I did.
Were you able to watch any of the other main fights on the card, and what are your thoughts on those fights?
One more time?
Were you able to watch any of those fights that night, or did you watch them later, like the two other main fights?
Yeah, I watched some of them backstage, and I went out and watched, Bedford and Page. I watched both those fights as well. It was an incredible card, man. It's an exciting fucking sport. Nate Shook did an incredible job with the matchmaking, I thought, on that card. The way that he put those people together. The fights that we had were a lot of them were, they were either spectacular or they were close, phenomenal fights, so that was great.
What's your future right now with BKFC?
We'll see. I'm going to talk to Dave at some point this week. Like I've said, I have been helping out with the tryouts, I am an official out here in California. I may be doing some officiating for them. I haven't worked that through fully yet. There may be some other avenues for me to work for the company as well. I don't want to go out and say what I think they are or speculate, but hopefully you're going to see me with the BKFC shirt on, walking around the event next time.
Are you coaching as well right now? And
I am.
So where?
Always.
Where do you coach at?
My house.
You have a lot of fighters, or a few fighters right now?
Yeah, I got a decent amount. I do mostly private lessons right now, and I get some guys together a couple times a week to do training. I also still go I coached at a gym called the Arena for 6 or 7 years. Pretty much full time, and I still go in there to do my own training. I went in on Monday actually and did jiu-jitsu. Realized that I'm probably still a little too beat up to be doing jiu-jitsu, so I think I'm going to take the rest of the week off. When I'm off the interview here, me and the wife are going to go for a light jog. But other than that, I'm kind of trying to let my body heal up. It's amazing, for me, once a fight camp is over, all of a sudden, all these little injuries and, my neck and tweaks and aches and pains, they all come out. It's like my body goes, hey, man, we're taking a fucking break. like you pushed us to the limit. We did our job. It's time for you to chill a little bit, So that's kind of, what's going on with me right now.
This was supposed to be your last fight, but if you could pick one last person to fight, who would it be?
That's it's my last fight as far as competitive fights go. If somebody wants to pay me $1 million to fight Jay Paul, or some other like midget YouTube celebrity out there, of course I would do that. But as far as competitive real fighting, it's done.
How much do you see bare knuckle fighting or boxing evolving in the next few years?
A lot. I mean, we're in the infancy of the sport, and if you look at the evolution of the UFC from when I started to where it is now, I mean, it's night and day. The level of athletes, the things that they're doing, the styles of the fighters. And I think, right now we're still in that spot where we're kind of every bare knuckle show. People are going, okay, what worked? What didn't work? What can we improve on? And we're figuring out like, hey, wait a minute, this works really well. And that doesn't work at all, So we're still kind of in that feel out process.
Couple more questions. I was at the Phoenix tryouts. Do you know if anybody that was there signed or is going to fight coming up from that tryout?
Yeah, well, we had a couple guys that were there fight on the card on Friday.
Oh, well, I didn't notice that. I got to check it out.
Yeah,
again.
So not everybody got a contract per se, but there were a couple guys, but they did get a call back and they did get like a one fight deal on the show, and depending on how they did, they'll get a contract or they'll be back for another one or maybe not.
One last question for now. How's your life changed since you've been clean and sober, and how does it affect you training to fight?
How's my life changed?
Yep. In terms of fighting or in terms of, everything?
I mean, everything, I had to change what I eat, who I hang out with, where I live, and ultimately changing my entire life to be clean and sober allowed me to really learn discipline and hard work and dedication, more so than I already had, and that translated over to fighting and my training camps, my day-to-day regiment. My day-to-day regiment is, really dialed in, and obviously, I had 4 bare knuckle fights. 3 of them I was healthy for, and all 3 of those were first round knockouts. So something's working.
Yep. Well, good job. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a great day. And
Thank
God
you.
bless.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye.